Okay, here is a recipe for a successful and happy life. You ready? Strive, but don't be too big for your boots. Oh, and don't be too small either. Like, back yourself. So essentially, exist in some weird no man's land where you can't be too big and you can't be too small. Some perfect and entirely mediocre sweet spot where you can't be judged. Fuck that. So let's break this down, because I see a lot of this on this side of the world. Basically, this middle ground of nothingness. And the motivations here are simple. It's all about being important enough to feel important without being big enough to be seen and potentially judged. Seen fully and potentially judged. Successful yet small. Beige enough to limit risk. Big enough to feel accepted. Think about that again for a moment. It's an impossible, mediocre middle ground. And it's entirely unsatisfactory and unfulfilling. And if you recognize this, and the fear involved in putting yourself out to be seen a little bit and potentially judged, then we've got to do something about that. So if you're done with living in that impossible, ever frustrating middle ground of not being too big and not being too small, then let's do something about it. There are alternatives, but we have to get curious and dig into why you play this out. Now, in my coaching program for me in the School of Personal Mastery, we'll get to the bottom of why you do this. We'll work on how to be okay with not fearing judgment so much, and as a result, actually letting go of all the shit stopping you from accessing your potential and achieving some meaning. A feeling of being at peace within yourself, being on purpose, will help you feel solid, grounded, infinitely more confident within yourself, past all the internal hang-ups, all the shit. True story. I see it all the time in the men that come into my program. Now, if this sounds good to you, if you want in, if you want to inquire, if you want to follow the curiosity here, then ask me how. So, book a call with me to discuss why you're walking that tightrope of not being too big, not being too small, of fear of being seen, but also wanting to be important. So, see the link in my bio or wherever the caption points you in relation to this video. And next intake enrollments are open now. And it starts with a simple, easy and confidential conversation with me to check on what your shit is and if SPM can help you move past it. Now, if you're watching this through the lens of a man that you think would be relevant, suitable, appropriate for this, of course, please pass it on to him with as much love and care and invitation for him to explore as you can muster. Much love.